Hey friends, do you love tofu but worry about what's in the store-bought version? Well, you can make tofu at home with just 3 simple ingredients. I'll take you through the steps in this video. It's a little bit of effort, but definitely worth it for something fresh and healthy. The ingredients are as follows: soybeans and water. For the coagulant, water and distilled white vinegar. Please note that only part of the water and vinegar solution is used in this recipe. Sift through the beans and pick out the ones that are misshapen or covered by dark spots. These can be discarded. To wash, fill the bowl with cold water, swirl around for a minute or so, and then pour off the cloudy water. Repeat this process 2 more times, making sure the final wash water is clear. Fill with water again, and let the soybeans soak for at least 8 hours or overnight. Wash the beans 1 more time and then drain. Transfer the soybeans into a blender along with 2.5 cups water. Start first on low speed and then gradually increase to high speed and blend for 1 minute. Add another 2.5 cups water and then continue blending on high speed. Place a large nut milk bag into a bowl. Pour all of the soy milk into the bag. Then seal the bag by pulling on the drawstring. Lift the bag so it's not touching the liquid. Now firmly squeeze on the bag to extract the soy milk. Continue squeezing until there's no more milk left in the bag. Pour this first batch of soy milk into a large saucepan. Transfer the pulp from the bag back into the blender. Add 5 cups water. Blend on high speed for 30 seconds. Repeat the same steps as earlier to extract the soy milk. Add this batch into the saucepan as well. To make the coagulant, simply combine water with vinegar. To make the tofu, have a container that holds about 4 cups. It should also have holes in it to allow the liquid to pass through. Later in this video, I'll show you how I made this and share some ideas for some other things you can use. Cut a double layer of cheesecloth to fit the container. Wet the cheesecloth and then wring out all the water. Smooth out the cloth and then line the mold. This step of moistening the cheesecloth will make it easier to unmold the tofu later. To complete the setup, invert a small container or bowl inside a larger dish. Now place the tofu container on top. Start by warming the soy milk over medium-low heat. Stir frequently to keep the milk from burning on the bottom of the pan. Also during this time, skim off the foam and discard. When the soy milk comes to a gentle boil, reduce the heat to low and simmer for 10 minutes. For this next step, adjust the heat to the lowest setting available. Quickly stir a few times so the soy milk is swirling. Slowly drizzle in 1/2 cup plus 2 tablespoons of the water vinegar mixture. Right away, you'll see some bubbles forming on the top and the milk starting to curdle. Stir gently in a back and forth motion now to combine everything well. Small curds should now be visible in the milk. Let everything rest now for 5 minutes. During this time, more curds will form. A quick check, however, shows that the milk hasn't separated yet. This means more coagulant is needed, so add in 1 tablespoon and then stir gently. Let it rest for 3 to 4 minutes. A clear liquid should be visible now, which is the separation of the soy milk into curds and liquid whey. Looking at this again, notice how the liquid is no longer milky. Using a slotted spoon, transfer just the curds into the mold. A lot of the liquid will pass through the mold and drip into the dish. Use a spatula to evenly distribute the curds. Fold over the cheesecloth, covering up the tofu. Add the lid and then place something heavy on top, weighing 2 to 3 pounds. Allow the tofu to be pressed for 20 minutes. Fill a large bowl with ice water. Place the mold into the water and then flip it over. Carefully remove the cheesecloth. Add a little bit more ice and let the tofu rest for another 10 minutes. The ice water helps to firm it up. There you have it, delicious homemade tofu. This tofu is medium in firmness as it was pressed for 20 minutes. For a softer tofu, press for less time, and for a firmer tofu, press for longer. For a smoother look like the store-bought version, simply trim off the edges. To make this tofu mold, I purchased this plastic container from the dollar store. Next, I drilled holes on the bottom and the sides. Then I trimmed the lid to fit inside the container. Another inexpensive option is to use disposable loaf pans. Use a skewer to poke holes throughout the pan. Use a second pan as the lid when pressing the tofu. A small strainer or a plastic fruit container works really well too. By the way, the residual soy pulp or okara is edible, and I'll share a recipe in a future blog post, so please stay tuned. Hi, I hope you've enjoyed this easy how-to video. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to post below. For full recipes, check out RunAwayRice.com. I work on new recipes each week, so please subscribe to my channel to stay tuned. This is Trang wishing you good eating and good health. Thanks for watching.